Hi everybody, my name is David Delcini. I am head of the Delcini Real Estate Group located in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. And this brief overview, it'll be about 10 minutes, is highlighting a large-scale development for a developer that's into building resorts, residences in the Caribbean. So let me get into it, and if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. You can message me. All my information will be at the end of this short presentation. So this is a beautiful piece of land that is in Encuentro Beach in Puerto Plata, province of the north coast of the Dominican Republic, which its location is approximately 20 minutes from the airport. So you have a very good amount of airlift to accommodate your resorts. As you can see, this one, the acquisition price is $40 million. It's a very large piece of property. It's approved with no objection for 7,500 beds. For keys, you could probably have 2,000 keys if you'd like, with no objection. As the area lends itself to a large-scale development, as you know, the tourism rates that we're seeing are in excess of about 12 million a year, which is post-COVID is fantastic. So when you have a moment, you can see a overview video that I did a couple of months ago for your review. So in addition to this large-scale development, as with most Caribbean islands, there are tax incentives. And for the Dominican Republic, it is called the Conflict-Tour Law. It allows the developer for tax incentives for bringing in his heavy machinery, materials that he uses on the job. And as far as if you sell residences, there's a tax advantage for the end user as well. So this location, and why this location? There is a tremendous amount of infrastructure building that is currently going on in the country. Notably for this location would be the Amber Highway, which is a $400 million investment from the government, which is going to connect Santiago, which currently takes you about an hour and a half by car to get to Santiago. And Santiago has the second largest airport insofar as flights coming into the country. The number one airport is Punta Cana, Santiago, and then the third airport would be Puerto Plata as well. So this is going to give this destination another great access to an airport that economically, the prices to fly into Santiago are better than the prices to fly into Puerto Plata. Plus, there are more options per day, which is fantastic. So once this comes in, it's going to increase the value for all of the developments. And specifically, in addition to this development, the government has backed the Punta Bergantin project, which is being underwritten partly by the Punta Cana group, or group of Punta Cana, if you will. They are backing the 2 Hyatt hotels that are currently under construction, and there's a third hotel called Midley as well. So the first phase of this project, which they are constructing about 2,000 of the 4,000 hotel rooms that have been approved for this location, for this development, which it's 9.6 million square meters of land. It's a tremendously large tract of land. So within that, they're going to have an 18-hole golf course, which is desperately needed on the north coast. Currently, there's only one public golf course that you can get on, and it happens to be in Playa Dorada, which is in Puerto Plata, which is also 25-30 minutes away from the airport. But having a second golf course will obviously bring in tours, people to play golf. So So there's only, and if, the island isn't relatively large, but it's one of the larger ones in the Caribbean, we have less than 40 golf courses, and they're mostly on the south. So having this one on the north is going to be very well received. There's another one, that's Playa Grande, but that's completely private. So in addition to this massive development, the government is going to create a movie studio, and that's going to be headed by Vin Diesel and his production company, One Race Films. So they're going to bring movies and making movies to the Dominican Republic, which is fantastic. They're also going to have a innovation center, which is similar to an incubation center, where the government wants this area to be the Silicon Valley of the Caribbean. Obviously, it's fostering innovation and technology and jobs. So this project is going to spin off a few thousand jobs for the northern region of the island. So this is a very important piece that the government is backing, and the current president, Abinader. This is going to be a legacy piece for him. It's going to transform the North Coast. I mean, it's a massive development, which the highway is going to enter just in front of this development. So there's, many reasons this project is going to spawn increased development, increase in price. So for this specific project that we're highlighting, which is Encuentro Beach, they will benefit by Punta Bergantin, no question about it. And we also have a train that's being made throughout the island. It's actually going to circumvent the island. And this is very interesting because it's a privately funded $3 billion project. So they're building the first leg, and the first leg is going to go from Santiago to Punta Cana. And that currently is a 2-hour car ride, which once the train is up and running, it'll be 50 minutes. For anybody who's visiting Punta Cana and they want to go to the capital, it's going to be a 50-minute train ride. I don't necessarily know how long the train line would be in time from Puerto Plata to the Santo Domingo, because that's actually a 2.5, 3 hour car ride. I imagine it'll be reduced by half. So the new era that we just spoke about, that's a total of $3.5 billion, which I did not mention that just recently the Yankee legend A-Rod is investing $1 billion in a project in the Rio San Juan section of the country, which is on the north coast. So from us in Puerto Plata, it's 2 hours away to that development. So as you can see, the progression of investment, large investment, Punta Bergantin, in excess of 200 to 500 million. The project in Rio San Juan, 1 billion. And in between, you have Encuentro, Cabarete area, which they have various hotels. But as far as large-scale development, the one that I'm highlighting in Encuentro Beach, the land acquisition is 40 million. You put a resort there that has a brand name, you're going to be in the $300 million category as far as an investment, and have you raise capital for it. But your returns will be seen in 10 years once all the infrastructure is up and stabilized throughout the north. But getting in early, you're going to get the advantage of the current pricing levels that we see today. So all the references that I mentioned for infrastructure and developments, they are all online for you to confirm, fact check me. Be more than happy to have a conversation regarding what information you find versus what information that I find. And in addition to living on the island, I see the developments pretty much often. So be more than happy to have that conversation with you. So obviously here's my information. If you would like to find out more information about the project that I mentioned, which is the Encuentro Beach project, be more than happy to do a deeper dive with you on that project, as well as there are several others in the large scale category that we can speak about as well. So I hope you enjoyed this and look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you, everybody.